Agnieszka and for Kasia. And if you would raise your hand, so our colleagues will pass the mic to you.
Thank you for I can't see. Thank you for making this powerful and provocative film. I have two questions. One is, what kind of soundtrack do you want for this film? Because I found the soundtrack quite interesting. The other question is, what was your experience of working as mother and daughter? Were there any difficulties, this kind of mixing of personal and professional relationships? Thanks.
I will open the answer the soundtrack question.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Well, be sincere to some extent. Now, soundtrack is in this movie. It's always important, but in this movie it's especially important because we had to create this like nature environment. So what speaks about the sound? It was Swedish soundmaster who designed it, and the music was composed by my regular composer, the regular composer of mine and Kasia's also last films, Antoni Komasawa-Zarkiewicz, who happens also to be my nephew. So it's really a bit like family business in our case, but it's really great understanding between us, and he understands that every of my films needs different approach toward the music, that this film needed some kind of new energy coming from the music, and on the beginning he started with something much more
epic,
grandiose, epic, like Wagnerian. And he was quite offended when I told him that he has to throw everything to the garbage, because I needed a little wild and a little primitive form of the musical energy. And
it's true, it's one of those experiences, I think, to find the right tone for the music took you very long, both of you. Much longer than on some of your other films.
Yeah, this film is different from my previous, exactly because you had to balance this different genres. The music had to unite it, but at the same time not unite it too much. So we experimented a lot with different pieces of music and different kind of music. And what you see is the result of our, pretty stormy collaboration, because sometimes we've been screaming at each other, not Kasia and me, but Antoni and myself.
But still, he's one of those composers who you can scream with, and then he doesn't leave you stranded. He comes back, and he comes back with new ideas, and he's actually very open to collaboration, which is not the case of all the composers I know. Sometimes, they get very upset and they don't want to make changes. And he's very much open to dialogue, right? So
yes,
he does also very different kind of music. He's very talented. He's from electronic, to exactly orchestra, symphonies and stuff. So.
Yeah, your last film.
He did a very, very, very dark electronic music. Yeah, completely different from this one.
Mm-hmm. And collaboration, you have to tell.
Well, I think we actually work very well together. I don't want to praise, but I learned everything I know about film from Agnieszka. She was my film school. I didn't go to film school. I studied, on set, working in the crew, and I started as a storyboard artist, and then second unit director, and then co-director. And I think it's a question of ego. I think if you as a storyboard artist, I learned very, very quickly that you have to, give a lot of ideas, and usually nobody knows that they are your ideas because you're part of the process, but you're not part of the final film. So I don't have this kind of big ego that I need to be always right, and I have to, be the boss, and I think that's why we can work well together. Also, we have a big understanding, and I think trust into each other's decisions. And I frankly, being a director is really hard, and it's a very lonely place. And I'm just surprised that not everybody is co-directing things, you know, because it's the most wonderful thing in the world. Because you can always have a bad day, and you have to have all these ideas and all these solutions and all this, you know, energy all the time to push the film forward. And it's so nice to sometimes say, okay, you do this thing, you know, and I can just, you know, relax and think about something else. So that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, for me it's you know, it's a blessing to have Kasia's collaboration. She's very generous. It means she's really a giver. And the ego problem is the most difficult problem for most of collaborations, but it's not between two of us, and I think that it's better between the women, because it's a little different relationship to the authorship. It means, for me, more important is the project, the quality of that, how good it will be, the child, then my satisfaction that I was right. So this kind of the satisfaction is it's like secondary, really. And you know, some things it's a question of creative energy, which you know, which is pouring from her, but also some things she just knows better how to do. Some visual things and the special effects and the action, and she has fantastic craft after working 10 years as storyboard, and I take advantage of that. So, and also it's good to have somebody who can really talk about it all the time.
Yeah, it's nice to just brainstorm about things, you know.
Yeah, brainstorm, and that she can criticize me. She can tell me, you know, no one else in the crew doesn't have this courage to come and to tell me it sucks.
Well, I don't say that, but...
No, but you make this grimace, you know.
So is there actually a clear division of responsibilities, or you just talk about anything and everything?
We are dividing the scenes to shoot.
Very much depends on the projects, right?
Depends on the project.
Every project is different. Sometimes they have a bit more to do, sometimes a bit less. Obviously, this project was complicated because of, you know, the animals and the different weather and seasons and a lot of material that had to be shot. And then I think second unit had a lot of days. You know, I don't remember how many exactly. Which is like almost half of the whole shoot, right?
Even more.
Or even more, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes we are sitting on the stage together and, you know, directing together. It depends. And when Kasia is doing her work, I'm not co-directing with her, but I am reading the script and watching the editings, the different versions, and giving my ideas.
I think it's so wonderful to be able to have somebody who you trust and who can give you real criticism, constructive criticism, without, you know, having something to give back, you know. It's like it's completely free of charge, you know. You used to have, you know, when you were a younger director, in Poland, this
group of people.
Groups, filmmaker groups, you know. There was like one older famous filmmaker that reunited.
Kasia was our boss, and, you know,
and they reunited like a few directors who were brainstorming, criticizing their own work, you know, and it was a very creative process. And I think now filmmakers are very alone with their work, and they have very little chance to have this kind of like real creative, you know, meetings with other directors. You have to create it just by personal, you know, relationships.
Yeah, and on my first work on television in Poland and theatre, actually, I co-directed with her father, who is a director as well. And my sister is a director, you know, and now Kasia's partner is director as well, and my sister's husband was a director, who died unfortunately. So it was a moment, it was like 6 directors in the family, and
we have more now, you know. When you talk about extended family,
but I'm thinking about closer family, and the family photo, for example, it took the hours, you know, because everybody wanted to direct it. So
and then eventually the photo looked like Agnieszka wanted it to look. So we should have just, you know, forgot about, you know, complaining.
Yeah, we've been joking, once we did 3 of us, like big commercial, and we've been joking that if somebody is hiring me, it's 1 director, second is for half price, and the third is for free. So if some producers here, we can now sell our team.
You hire 1 director, second half price, you hire 2 directors, third for free.
Thank you. Another question?
Hello, I've got 3 short questions. One is, I'm not sure, why do you put so many elements in your film? You have religion, you have politics, you have human rights, animals, death, kill. How do you make all these things together? And my second question is, I'm really wondering about the 4 characters that lives beside our actress, that fine neighbor, that little boy, the girl, and another aspect. What's their role, and do they really understand the main actress? Do they really know what she's doing? And my third question is, in your last scene, before your last scene, the light turns off. What do you see light? Do you think light is evil, or as something you fight against in this film? Thank you.
They're not short questions. I mean, they're not short answers.
Yeah. Well, I wanted this film to be rich and have several layers, you know. That was the experiment. If you can put so many layers, and at the same time have some consistency of the storytelling. And I was thinking that the main character is strong enough to embrace all those subjects and translate it into the, you know, action. But of course her actions are partly hidden till very late in the film. You know that she is in reality the kind of serial killer, right? And the most of the audience is sympathizing with her, and I am sympathizing with her. But at the same time, it's very ambiguous, and that's why I'm telling that it's anarchistic in some way, because this like moral ambiguity is a real challenge, and this moral ambiguity is something which has supposed to wake you up and to ask you the question, what it means, how somebody so emotional, so pure, so full of compassion can be at the same time be a killer. What kind of anger is growing in her? What kind of revenge she's seeking? Are we with her or not? And her friends, this group of people who are, except of the ophthalmologist who is stronger, but the neighbor, the good news, they are fragile human beings, and they are weak. And she loves the fragile beings. She's the caretaker. So she's like taking them under her wing and creating some kind of the strange family. And they are some kind of the strange family of friendship and compassion. And when they realize what she did, they want to protect her. They want to save her. But in this moment, when they decide to make this plot, how to save her, the film changes to some kind of the fairy tale. Because, you know, it's not realistic that Dizio, the young boy, the young man, can really, with his computer, to make total darkness and make that all
it's magical, right?
It's magical, you know. It's magical, and what it means, darkness, maybe it means the dead, maybe it just means the end of the story, maybe it means that I am powerless and I don't know how to tell the story. But after the darkness comes the light, and that is my optimistic utopia, which shows like alternative version of the life, some kind of the paradise, which we know is not possible, but still we can dream about it.
Another question?
Well, I would want to say thank you. I'm from Poland and you made me homesick.
Dzień dobry. Yes, I would like to say thank you for showing Poland in this beautiful light. And for people who live in Hong Kong, where space is very expensive and it's not easy to find this, I mean, you know, just to go outside the house and being in the beautiful mountains. So I would like to say thank you for showing that. How long are you in Hong Kong for?
We are leaving tomorrow.
Okay, so my second question is there a chance to take you out for dinner or drinks? Or to pick your brain a little bit more? I don't know.
Well, I am afraid that it will be difficult, but we can talk after a moment.
Okay.
Thank you.